7:03 on Tuesday, September 30th. We're at 66 degrees. A little bit of light rain out there this morning. Highs in the mid-70s to around 80. Good morning, I'm John Aaron.
And I'm Michelle Basch. We begin with the countdown to shutdown here on WTOP. Without a deal to avoid it, a government shutdown will happen at 1 minute after midnight Wednesday morning.
And there's updated guidance for how federal agencies should handle a possible shutdown. WTOP's Mike Murillo has what federal workers need to know.
With layoffs being threatened during a possible government shutdown, the Office of Personnel Management is making sure that work tied to those layoffs can continue. Employees handling reductions in force or RIFs are being given accepted status, meaning they can keep working during a shutdown.
Those employees will not be able to be paid for the duration of any potential shutdown, but they will receive back pay after the fact.
Drew Friedman is with our news partner, Federal News Network.
Even during that 35-day shutdown back in 2018, 2019, this idea of conducting RIFs leading up to and during a government shutdown is something that agencies are dealing with now pretty much for the first time ever.
Another change is furloughed federal workers can now use government laptops during a shutdown to check personnel files or see if they've been targeted for a RIF. Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
The threat of a shutdown and of mass layoffs has federal contractors bracing for impact. Federal News Network's Justin Doubleday has more on that.
The Professional Services Council is warning that agency staffing layoffs could make a shutdown that much more complicated for contractors. That's because less contracting officers could be around to answer questions about shutdown plans and potential stop work orders. PSC President Stephanie Castro.
We are facing what I would term a perfect storm.
Federal contractors are not guaranteed back pay if they need to continue working through a shutdown. PSC is urging member companies to prepare their employees for a possible shutdown and to avoid furloughs at least until they receive a stop work order. Justin Doubleday, Federal News Network.
President Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth are planning to address hundreds of top military officers at the Marine Corps Base in Quantico this morning. Administration officials have released few details about the reasons for suddenly summoning top commanders from around the world. Virginia Democratic Congressman Suhas Subramaniam is among those demanding answers. He joined us earlier.
I'm the ranking member for Military and Foreign Affairs on the Oversight Committee, and I just sent a letter with my colleagues asking a very simple question. Why are you having this meeting? How much does it cost? Because I think I know the answer to those questions. It costs millions of dollars. It's going to be a huge security risk. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars. And it's all theatrics on the one hand, but it's also part of a larger effort by this president to control law enforcement in the military. He's done that with the National Guard, and he's going to try to do that with our armed forces as well. In the end, he wants to control and weaponize all aspects of government. And so I just want some answers to some basic questions about why they're doing this.
Experts say the scale of the gathering and the haste with which it was called are particularly unusual. Still, one expert says it's perfectly reasonable for Hegseth to give generals and admirals his vision for running the department. We do have a traffic note to mention as a result of this meeting. Prince William County Police say drivers should expect heavier than usual traffic along I-95 and US 1 in Quantico. Keep it here on WTOP for updates.
A Purcellville man has been arrested. He's accused of threatening the life of a local lawmaker. Here's WTOP's Jimmy Alexander.
In the arrest warrant obtained by WTOP, the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office says on August 26 of this year, Purcellville's Patrick Murphy received a text message from Delegate Gary Higgins' campaign about a political topic. Murphy then replied with a text message addressed to Higgins that included threats to shoot and knowledge about the location of Higgins' family members. In a statement from Higgins, who represents Western Loudoun and Fauquier in the General Assembly, along with giving thanks to Loudoun County Sheriff's Office for the way they handled the matter, he said, "Let me be clear. Threats of violence have no place in our political discourse. I will not be intimidated, silenced, or deterred from doing the job I was elected to do. I ask for continued prayers for my wife and daughters and their families, as well as for all of those who serve in public office during these times of increasing threats and violence." Now, Murphy was charged with a Class 6 felony and is scheduled to appear in court on October 20th. Jimmy Alexander, WTOP News.
Coming up in Money News.
Time is running out for electric vehicle incentives. I'm Steve Dresner.
Traffic and weather in 30 seconds.